And hello everyone and welcome to U8 Soccer here on Rogers TV. Tonight we have Team 3 versus Team 4 and we're just about to get started. You'll see both the coaches out there helping the kids. As gray team looks like they're about to get ready to kick off. Gray team tonight is going to be team number 4 and the orange team is team number 3. And they're off. And this year, different to other years, the teams don't really have numbers on their backs because they've changed how the equipment is done this year. Each child has a gray shirt and an orange shirt, and the home team normally wears the orange shirts and the away team normally wears the gray shirts. And being U8, we don't always have referees in U8, so it looks like the coaches are going to be refereeing tonight, and that also lets them help be out on the field and help everyone out. You see the gray team's coming in pretty strong right off the start. A couple strong players you can see. U8 usually has players that range from ages 6 to 8, depending on birth year and when they were born. So you'll see some of the 8-year-olds will be standing out a little more, as some of the 6-year-olds are just coming out of Timbits, which is our very early fundamental league that happens from U4 to U6. As you see them go into the corner there, both teams running hard, gray team really trying to press the action. I'm going to go through the roster right now so we can get all the kids. Oh, maybe we've got something happening first though. It's a good pass across. Oh, and a great save by the orange goalie. Tonight for the orange team, for team 3, their roster is Grace Clegg, Sophie Garrido, Eleanor Grieve, Bo Johnson, Lucinda Langman, Niley Locking, Olivia Malley, Michelle Meeks, Emery Robertson, Alex Smith, Mia Winchester, and Ruby Redford. And shortly we'll get to team number 4, we'll get to the gray team's roster. Now not all the kids are here tonight. We did have a thunderstorm pass through not very long ago, so I think that probably scared a few people away, but still pretty good turnout tonight, all things considering. The grass is wet, but the sun's finally kind of peeking out here and there, which is good. And now the orange team, team number 3, seems to have a pretty good break on the ball, but a great job by the gray team coming back and getting to the ball and kicking it out of danger. And another good job by the orange team kicking it in, and it looks like we're going to have a goalie kick. And as mentioned before, I'll give you the rundown of the team number 4 gray team tonight. And their roster of players. So we have Nora Bell, Elizabeth Brown, Oraith Groom, Summer Keating, Nora Kelly, Aubrey Larson, Cheyenne Millette, Claire Mason, Annabelle Miller, Olive Miller, Hannah Rowe, Isla Saxton, and Casey Williams. Again, they might not all be here for this specific game, but with the jersey numbers on the back this year, it's hard to tell who's who. But we'll try to do our best. As you see, the gray team again brings it in pretty ferociously. Orange team again is there defending. You see at this age group, a lot of them are right around the ball. Everybody's working together, trying to figure it out. And oh, there's a goal. First goal of the game comes up for the gray team. At this age group, a lot of them are right around the ball. Everybody's working together, trying to figure it out. And that was our Rogers replay right there. Both teams did a good job. Gray team's up now 1-0. At this age group, we don't actually keep the score of the game, but you can be pretty sure the kids are keeping track and they know what's going on. Now they're going to line up back at center. As the kids are going to come, and the orange team's now going to kick the ball off. A lot of these rules for this age group, the kids are still learning all of the rules, so the coaches are being very mindful of that and doing a great job in helping them all out. And here comes the orange team coming up. That's Coach Adam there for team number 3, getting it set off again. And we like to take all of our volunteers, everybody involved in Kincardine soccer, from the coaches to the executive to everybody running anything to do with minor soccer. They're all volunteers. And it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of patience that goes into making these teams and to helping these teams out. And we really appreciate everything that they do. There's a throw in there. As I said before, the orange team is just, and both teams are still just getting used to it. So they haven't quite adapted the rules yet as far as keeping both feet down when they're doing that throw in, but it'll come throughout the season as they keep going. You see the orange team getting the ball out now, and gray team 4 trying to put the ball right back into the box. Good job, back and forth. The kids are actually doing a pretty good job of spreading out at this point, which is something that's very tough for the U8 division. Normally, most of the kids are very good at just following the ball and getting in the scrums. And here they go back down again. The gray team is making a great dash towards the goalie, and the orange team, the team 3 goalie, is doing a great job so far tonight. Only letting the one ball in, but it's been all in her end so far. And I believe the coach for the U8 team 4, I believe that's Andrew Miller. And again, both coaches are out in the field helping as best they can. Not just with rules and techniques for the players, but tying shoes and making sure everybody's getting lots of water on and off the pitch. Here they come down again, and yeah, it looks like that's going to be a goalie ball. Oh, or maybe a corner kick. It might have went off of orange. Yeah, here we go. The gray team's going to do a corner kick, and a big kick. Good job. One of her players got it right away.
Get it, Nora, kick it.
Now orange trying to kick it out, and gray trying to do everything they can to keep it back in. As mentioned off the top, this is the U8 girls division. We also run a U8 mixed division as well. Oh, as kids make their way right towards our camera spot. Yeah, you will see some of these delays as the coaches are trying to organize in the background. They're trying to get the right amount of players on and right amount of players off. It's really important that each player gets individual time and that they each get equal playing time. And you never know week to week, being the U8 division and being summertime, how many players are going to show up and what the juggling act is going to be. So you can see Gray's getting ready to throw it in, and Orange is just getting back into position here. Throw-ins are a brand new concept for anybody moving up from the Timbits division. Those divisions are played on much smaller fields, and they don't involve throw-ins. The coaches usually just go kick the ball back into the field of play. And here's another opportunity for Gray. Oh, now Orange making their way out. Oh, good job. And they're all coming together and clashing, trying to be respectful of each other, trying to keep their eye on the ball and not whack into each other, and they're all doing a pretty good job. And there the ball's kicked out. Orange is trying to catch up to it. Oh, and the Gray player's doing a great job of getting back on defense. Good job by both players there. One of the harder things to teach at this age group is just strictly aggression and to keep going after the ball. Everyone's still a little bit tentative for the most part, but usually at this age you'll see the strongest players that they're very aggressive on the ball and willing to run after it and kick it ahead, run after it. Speaking of which, one of the Gray team, Team 4, is coming down on a breakaway here, and she shot. Oh, great job by the defender. Looks like Coach Adam kept one of his players back just in case of that very scenario, and it worked out well. Again, the Orange team's time comes down fast, and the Gray team's able to catch up, and they also make a great defensive save. And then the ball goes out of bounds. I believe that's going to be a goalie kick for Team 4. And we're coming down the other way again. It's hard to tell from this side of the field, but I think it went out of bounds. Yep, they're going to be a throw-in. Oh, Coach Adams is going to make them redo that. Again, the kids are just getting used to these throw-ins, so you saw one just kind of shuffle it forward to another teammate, but they have to go both hands over their head and not have their feet leave the ground. Oh, good kick, just wide. At this age level as well, this is the first year that the two teams are going to be able to have separate night practices as well. That doesn't happen in the Timbit division. Normally the Timbit's games and practice all happen kind of at the same time. And then last year, with some of the COVID restrictions that we had, a lot of the practices for these divisions and the U10 division as well, most divisions actually were combined so that they happen just before each game. So this is the first year that coaches really get to work on some of these fundamental skills with these kids. So throughout the year, it's always amazing to see where they are right now at the beginning of the year compared to where they are towards the end of the year. You see the orange team tried to creep in there, and now the gray team takes it right back the other way. Looks like there's two gray team members here on a breakaway and a big shot off the post, and yeah, I think that's a goal. Yeah, I think they're going to count that one as a goal. Again, we're not officially keeping score for this game on the field, but that definitely looked like a good goal. Both teams are running very hard today. I can see a lot of red faces already here. We're early on. These teams play 2 20-minute halves, and the coaches are timing to make sure that they get close. And all of these teams in this division are either from Kincardine or Ripley. They don't do much in the way of out-of-town travel at this age, not until they move up, the kids move up to our Lakeshore divisions, and that happens about U12 and up. Oh, there's a shot, and oh, there's a goal right back for the orange team. Look at that. That didn't take very long at all. And we'll just take a quick look at the Rogers replay here. And that happens about U12 and up. Oh, there's a shot, and oh, there's a goal right back for the orange team. Look at that. Sorry about the little bit of extra audio there. We'll have that fixed up for our next replay. Oh, here they go again. Great team coming down. Oh, they started before the other team was ready. Kids are all excited, ready to go right back at it again. Looks like we have someone getting their shoe tied, and Orange was still coming on with a couple substitutions. And we're off again. As I'm sure you'll hear, there's some other whistles and other cheering going on all around us. That's because we're at the end of 3 fields on Bruce Avenue in Kincardine. If you're ever driving down the 3 beginning fields from the highway, those are used for our U8 and our U10 divisions. The fields in front of the dog park, the bigger ones, those are used for our U12 divisions. And the little set of 4 fields on the other side of the dog park, that is for our Timbits. And they are U4 to U6. Here comes Orange up again, Team 3, and look at that. Great job by the great defender coming back and kicking the ball out. I believe it's going to be a corner kick, but still an excellent job getting back and playing last defender there. That was great. Now Orange is going to have a corner kick here. We're about 13 minutes into this half, so probably got 7 or 8 minutes left. And then the kids will all go take a much needed water break at that point. Looks like that ball went out of bounds. Oh, they're going to let that go. Again, the kids are just learning the throw-in, so when they make a mistake, like taking their feet off the ground, the coaches will just talk to them normally and correct it, but let play go on so the kids keep moving. At this age group, you want the kids as engaged as possible. Oh, another wonderful goal there. A great job by the gray team. Really hustling down as hard as she could. You see her coming down here. The orange tries to clear and just goes off the edge of her foot, and yep, Team 4 made no mistake at all. Yeah, and they're all getting set back up here. Orange team coming back up. Looks like Coach Adam is just giving them some more instructions. Coach Adam was telling me that Team 3 won their game, or the kids are all saying they won their game last week anyway, even though we don't keep score. So I'm sure it's a little bit of a different thing for them here to be down early. Again, we don't try to keep score at this age. It's more about creating those skills necessary so that when they're older and more in the competitive leagues, that they have everything down. But of course, kids being kids, you know how they're more than likely keeping track of the score themselves. Here comes Gray again. Kick cross, and a good grab by the goalie. Good job by the Team 3 goalie. And up they come here. Orange team trying to make their way out. No, it looks like it might have gone out of bounds, but it looks like they're going to let that go. And a good kick and a good job by the gray goalie to pick it up. Another thing at this age is a lot of the kids still like to try goalie, so you'll see a bunch of different kids in the goalie at this point, opposed to some of the older ages where they start choosing who wants to be goalie. And there's another save by the orange goalie. Back and forth we go. And there's a big kick out by the goalie. When the goalie has the ball in this division, the other team is supposed to try and retreat to half if they can. Here's the gray team again, trying to make their way up. And another nice save by the orange goalie. You can see all of a sudden the sun's starting to blast out. Everybody had to make an adjustment on our camera there as the sun's just all of a sudden peeked out behind those gray clouds. All the kids are shielding their eyes now. All the parents on the other side of the field also shielding all their eyes now as that sun's come out very bright all of a sudden. Good job by Orange there. Back and forth, two gray players on her, and she just did the best she could and got out of there. Looks like that ball went out of bounds. You can hear the coaches telling their players who's going to come on, who's going to go off. That's one of the trickiest parts about this age group, is the kids aren't always the greatest at paying attention when they're off. And the coaches have to do their best to bring them on and make sure they have enough players out there. The ball comes loose for the orange team. Both teams running down the field on the far side there. Looks like the ball went out of bounds again. We are just about done this first half of play. Oh, I don't know if that was they're gonna re-throw that in. Yeah, it looks like one of the kids maybe went underhanded with it. There we go, a little better. Again, still needs to keep both feet down, but still learning. And another breakaway here for the orange team. They got multiple people this time, but again, the gray team comes all the way back and does a great job in just kicking the ball out of danger zone. Very good. And out of bounds it goes. Looks like it's going to be orange with it. And I think that went down below the goal line. I'm not sure if that was out on gray. It looks like it's going to be, so we're going to have a corner kick here. Oh, that might have been our halftime whistle. Yes, it was. So at the end of the first half, we have Team 4 with 3 goals and Team 3 with 1 goal. We'll be right back after these local community messages and some local information.
I'm Trisha from the Kincardine Scottish Festival.
And my name is Armand, also from the Kincardine Scottish Festival.
And we're back this year on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We open the festival at July 1st at 4 p.m.
We'll also have Grand Chieftain Duncan Hawthorne officially opening the ceremonies at 7:30.
He will be joined by this year's parade marshal, James Skoniak.
The Screaming Orphans will be presenting both national anthems and kicking off Friday night's events.
At 10 p.m., we're going to be opening up a disco dance for the first time.
On Saturday at 8 o'clock a.m., we'll have the heavy games at Robson Park running throughout the entire day.
Back at Victoria Park at 7 a.m., the Pipe and Highland dances competitions will run throughout the day.
At 11 a.m. on Queen Street, James Skoniak, parade marshal from Bruce Power, will be leading the Clans parade down the street.
During the day, we're going to have 25 pipe bands competing from grade 1 to grade 5.
Also, throughout the day, we'll have solo competitions such as drumming, pipe bands, and pibroch.
We're excited to introduce David Wilcox as our headliner on Saturday night.
Joining David on Saturday night, we'll also have Madison Violet, Mudmen, the Thogs, and Screaming Orphans.
Also on Saturday, Clan Avenue will be in the park where you can meet the clans.
Sunday, which is Richard Yoon Family Day, will have all sorts of activities for the entire family.
Also on Sunday afternoon, we're going to have a lot more on-stage entertainment.
On Sunday at 6:30 p.m., we'll have our closing ceremonies, led by Duncan Hawthorne, which will be closing down the festival.
Just to add to that, the bar will still be open until 8 p.m. Tickets are available on our website at kincardine-scottishfestival.ca, or you can go to the Harbour Rose on Queen Street.
We hope to see everyone out there enjoying this year's 2022 Kincardine Scottish Festival.
I'm here today with Shane Watson for our next emergency safety tip.
And today we're going to talk about burning in the municipality of Kincardine. So the first thing you need to know is check whatever your municipality's rules are. Luckily in our municipality we are allowing people to burn, and we have all sorts of things in place to make sure that you're doing it safely. So one of the things is that we have a burn permitting process. So now we can do it online. So you don't even need to leave your own home. Yeah. You can also come into the station if need be and get one, because we do have that population where maybe they're not so internet savvy or maybe they don't have the capabilities of it. So you can always feel free to come into the station for anything, but getting a permit for burning is one of those things. So we do have 4 types of different permits that we issue. One of them is the big one is a recreational burning, and a lot of people like to do that. That's your campfires and that sort of thing. We do open air burning, which is for the agricultural area or the rural area, and you can do those brush piles and that sort of thing. We have agricultural burning permit. That's when you want to do multiple burns at once, which is to clear up your farmland for the next crops that need to go in. And we also have special occasion burning as well. So for Hometown Christmas, for example, we had the Lions with their little fire pits out
Yeah.
there. So there was planning around that. They didn't just throw the pits out on Queen Street. They made sure to check with us and some safety measures around that.
That's right. So I need a fire for my little backyard camp stove. Tell me more. What do I need?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you go onto the Municipality of Kincardin's website, you can go on there and get your permit. The great thing about the permit is it has the terms and conditions lined out right on there. So there's lots of things on there, such as the pit can only be 1 meter squared in size. It needs to be 3 meters away from any combustibles. No overhead obstructions like trees hanging over top. No children igniting it or attending the fire. Someone has to attend it at all times. It has to be extinguished properly with water or sand. Stir it, water, put it out. Don't bug your neighbors. Invite them over for a hot dog if that's the case. But yeah, in the burn permit, there are a lot of different safety features in it.
Wait, just 1 second, Shane.
yes.
Speaking of sand, what about burning on the beach? We see little fires happening on the beach all summer. Are these permissible? Tell me more.
So you'll see in the burn permit once again, but we do not allow burning on public lands. When you do see that happening, those people, again, the Hometown Christmas, they came to us and acquired a special occasion burning permit. So they are equipped to do that. Burning at the beach, we don't allow in our municipality because what happens is sometimes the coals and everything can get buried in the sand. And then what we don't want is anyone, children, adults, walking along the sand, enjoying the sunset or enjoying the beach, and all of a sudden they have a burnt foot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we allow people to have fun, but safely to do it. And if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to the Kincardine Fire and Emergency Services, and we'll answer your questions.
I have another question, Shane. Do I need a permit every time? Let's say I have a backyard chimney. Do I need to come each time I want to light it? How does that work?
So you get one permit, and that's for all your devices that's on your property. And again, it's for your own private property, and the permit is good for the calendar year, unless you got an agricultural permit, which is good for a 7-day stretch, because we don't want multiple burns going on all year long.
It's really just to provide you with the information so that you're aware of what's happening in the municipality so that you can help in an emergency if need be.
Exactly. Keep this thing on you at all times, so if we do happen to get called out and we come see what's going on, you show us you got your permit, you're doing everything safely and according to what you're permitted to do, and everything's hunky-dory.
Fantastic. Thank you, Shane.
And welcome back to our second half of soccer action here in the U8 division. We have Team 3 versus Team number 4. We're about ready to get started here. As you can see, everyone's shielding their eyes now as the sun came out at the end of that first half. And away we go again. The teams didn't switch ends for this one, so they're both going to be going the same direction as they were before. See the orange team bringing the ball up quickly to begin this half. Everybody's had their water break and are ready to go now. Looks like a good opportunity there for the orange team. And the gray team picks up the ball and starts heading back the other way. Down comes the gray team as they come right in front of our camera position here. A few more shadows on the field now, as you can see, with that sun shining bright behind us. Looks like we're going to have a throw in on the far side. I'm just going to go through the rosters again for anyone that might have missed it in the first half. On our U8 girls, team number 4, we have Nora Bell, Elizabeth Brown, Orlaith Groom, Summer Keating, Nora Kelly, Aubrey Larson, Cheyenne Millette, Clara Mason, Annabelle Miller, Olive Miller, Hannah Rowe, Isla Saxton, and Casey Williams. And again, they may not all be here tonight, but that is the team roster. And we'll get to the other side, to team 3, in just a moment. In the meantime, you see the orange team, team number 3, passing the ball in. And now it looks like the orange team has a pretty good opportunity here. They pass out front, and a big kick, and I can't tell. No, that went beside the net. Good chance for them, though. Good opportunity. They did a good job. And speaking of our team 3, I'll run down the roster now. We have Grace Clegg, Sophie Garrido, Eleanor Grieve, Bo Johnson, Lucinda Langman, Nayli Locking, Olivia Molly. Oh, we have an opportunity here down low. And a big kick out by the orange team. The rest of the roster is Michelle Meeks, Emery Robertson, Alex Smith, Mia Winchester, and Ruby Redford. Back and forth they go to start this second half. Both teams look much more warmed up now and look to go just trade chances back and forth. You see the gray goalkeeper is going to put it at the end of the box and kick to a fellow Team 4 member, and away they go. Kids are still learning how to pass the ball to each other and how to spread out and not just try to take the ball and run down the field by themselves. But again, it's still very early in the season. And Team 4's got an opportunity here. It looks like the orange goalie had come out of the net. Coach Adam had to get out of the way there as the ball came towards him. And again, you can already see some of the skill that's already developed on some of these older kids in this division. You can really pick them out from the ones that have just come up from Timbit that are still just a little tentative and not too sure of all the rules. Whereas some of the 8-year-olds that have been in this division once or twice, they're already ready to go and had a couple years of seasoning under them. Good job on defense there. As again, you notice one of the coaches is down on one knee, tying a shoelace. That's the norm at this point. Here comes Orange on a 3-on-none. And there comes the gray team again, coming back all the way and kicking the ball out of danger. Orange is still pressing though, and here's a good opportunity for them. Big shot. Oh, what a great save by Gray. What a wonderful, wonderful save. Good job. And a great job by the orange team to set that up. That was great passing by the orange team. Again, sometimes early in the season at this division, you don't always see that passing, but that one, I think there were 2 passes before that shot happened. And now Orange does a good job coming back. The gray team tried to streak in on all alone, and Orange picked it up. And now Orange is bringing it all the way back to the other side. Oh, great opportunity. Oh, another glorious save by the gray team. A very, very wonderful save. And again, all the orange team needs to go all the way back to the center line. Coach is making sure that there's no shenanigans. They're swapping out everybody, including their goalie right now on Team 4. Team 3 on the other side, off screen, is also swapping out some of their players. Again, these halves are about 20 minutes long. So we're about 5 minutes or so into this half. Good job by the gray team kicking it up. And orange team is all over them now. Each of these teams have had, I believe, 2 games at this point, and depending on rain, they've probably each had 2 practices as well. So they're still getting used to their team and getting used to their coaches. And it's a great job our coaches do helping these players and coming out and volunteering their time. Good job by all the girls there, kicking back and forth, but keeping it inbounds. When you're that close to the line, it's not always easy to do. And it comes out of the scrum, and it looks like one of the great team members broke in all alone in a big slides, and it goes in. What a wonderful goal that was. You can see she comes out of the scrum with it, runs as hard as she can behind the defenders. It got a little bit away from her, so she slid in and smacked the ball. That was wonderful. A very, very, very good job. And now you see we're centering back up. Looks like the sun might have peeked inside the clouds again, giving some of the parents on the other side of the field a bit of a reprieve. I know it can be pretty jarring at this time of night with the sun in their eyes that's starting to set. You see one kid's getting their shoelace tied, and the other one's come and sit down to be involved. Maybe another one needs her shoe tied as well. There's lots for the coaches to do at this point in this division. Never a dull moment during a game or during a practice. They do a great job of keeping these kids not only entertained, but also learning a whole bunch of new skills. For anybody that would like to be involved in Kincardine Soccer, whether it be as a coach or a volunteer or as a part of the executive board, you can go to kincardinesoccer.com, and all the information is on there. And again, Kincardine Minor Soccer, I should say, is 100% volunteer run. So everything that's done, from the organizing to the coaching to everything in between, is all volunteer. And it's simply, this league can't happen. We had well over 700 players this year, and it's a lot to keep organized. So if anyone's out there and they have free time and they want to help in some capacity, make sure you reach out and let us know, and we'll get you set up, and we'll always take the help in, again, whatever capacity that comes in. Here's the great team, Team 4 again, trying to enter the box. I think both teams have about even players, which is always good. It's always tougher when one of the teams has less players on any given night. You start seeing the second half sometimes that the kids start to get run down when they don't have as many substitutions. But looks like both teams have a good number of subs tonight, so they can all get the playing time they want, but also get lots of rest and breaks in between. That's the orange team that got that out of here. This U4 girls division, or this U8 girls division, I should say, has 4 teams this season. And then there's also a U8 mixed division as well with a number of teams. Here's another opportunity. Look at that. Great job down low by the orange team. Oh, and she puts it up and over, and it goes in. What a great little goal that was. Very nice. Let's take a quick look at it again on our Rogers replay. Looks like the goalie's going to have it, but she actually brings the ball out. 2 defenders come in front of her, and she just lobs it over top of them. That was wonderful. You can see how excited she is at the end there. The rest of the team, very excited. The orange team has had lots of opportunities to score tonight. And the gray goalie has been there quite a bit. Again, a number of different goalies have been there. But they've done a great job, both teams tonight. Now the gray team's just getting organized. You see in the background there, the orange players, some of them are going off, some of them are coming on. And again, you can see on the far sidelines, some of those parents, their hands are going up to shield their eyes again as the sun is peeked back out. It's not an incredibly hot night tonight, but again, with the sun coming in and out from behind those storm clouds, it can get pretty bright down there. Looks like the gray team's here, ready to go. We're probably about halfway done this second half of soccer right now. Again, it's 20-minute halves, so we're sitting at about the 10-minute mark. Here the kids are, right below our position. Looks like there's going to be a throw-in. A lot of the kids, even though they're on different teams, a lot of them know each other from school and other sports activities. You see them getting along very well. Here she throws it in again, just learning the throw-ins. Learning, the coaches are going to go over with them again and again that they have to keep both feet down. Nice save by the orange goalie. And, oh, that did go in. a good save to begin with. And we'll take a quick look here. See, she shoots it. Big save, just goes off. It looks like her ankle or something and went right back to the initial shooter. And she got it another opportunity to go in. And that was very nice. The Gray team is very excited. And I know I mentioned it earlier in the game, but to mention it again, the way these teams are now, we've tried to balance them as much as possible, but you'll see a huge skill difference between this game near the beginning of the season and the end of the season. As all the kids get these full practices and full season of soccer, so you never know if these two teams meet again at the end of the season. It could be completely reversed decisions. But both teams are playing very good tonight. Lots of opportunities for both teams. You can see the skills that the kids are already working on, which is wonderful. Looks like great team, and the parents and the coach are just trying to figure out who just got off and who needs to come back on. Again, it's always a bit tricky. Some of the kids run off and sit with their parents, and it's hard to see who's actually on the bench and who's not part of the team. Oh, there we go, right in front of our position. You can see all the kids trying to kick the ball loose out of the scrum, and then just like that, then tear off after it. Oh, just overran it. You could see she was trying to go down on her own, which she's doing now. It's so easy at this age division too to not be used to that bigger ball size that the girls are playing with this division opposed to the Timbits division. Looks like that ball went out. It's going to be an opportunity for a goalie kick. If anyone's interested this year in coming out and watching some of our soccer games, I'll just run out some of our nights of play for you. Our Timbits division, our U4s play on Thursdays, our U5s play on Wednesdays, and our U6s play on Tuesday nights. Most of those games happen at 5:30 at the Timbits pitch. Our U8 teams, both our mixed division and our girls division that you're watching tonight, they play regularly on Thursday nights. Our U10, again, girls and mixed, some at 6, some at 7:15, they play every Tuesday night. And then when we get into our Lakeshore League, some of these teams play out of town because the Lakeshore League involves a bunch of different towns, although Kincardine is fielding a number of teams in these divisions this year. Our U12, both girls and mixed teams, play on Thursday nights at the Dog Park Fields. Our U15s, girls and mixed, they play on Wednesday nights, and they play over at the Davis Center Fields. And then we have a U18 girls team this year as well. They play Tuesday nights, and they play over at the Davis Center Fields as well. So feel free to come out and enjoy some great soccer action all year long. You see the Gray team trying to get the ball out. Oh, and again, they just break away from the pack. And at this age, because they're all bunched up, once you get away, except as long as you don't have that one pesky defender coming back to help, you can get away pretty good. Oh, and that was a good job. Looked like she was going to get that taken away from her. But instead, it looked like maybe she lobbed it up over the top of the defender and the goalie. You see the orange player does a great job coming back and defending. The Gray player stops in a dime and flicks it up and over the goalie. Wonderful job. Now they'll reset. We probably have, I would say, about 5 minutes left in this game. The orange team is getting set up. Like I said before, these U8 games are 20-minute halves. As they move up into U10, it becomes 25-minute halves. Just as the kids get a little older and the attention spans become a little wider, it's easier for them to play the longer. And as you can see, at this age, I mean, it doesn't take too long before the kids are pretty tired, running their little hearts out this whole time. Looks like that ball went out of bounds. It's going to be an orange throw-in, I believe. Oh, yep. She's going way back. Oh, it was actually a pretty good throw-in right to her orange teammate. Good job. the kids haven't quite learned yet on the throw-ins to run around and to try and get open yet. They kind of just stand there and wait for play to resume, and that's something they're going to learn throughout the year. Oh, good job by Orange. Good job by the defender kicking it back to the goalie like that. And good job for the goalie to be ready to go when it did get kicked back. So now the gray team's going to have to go back to the center line. You see the coach trying to direct them. Again, they're all just learning. But anytime the goalie has the ball, even if it's not from and out of bounds, if it's just a goalie pickup, the players are told to retreat back to the center line. Oh, there you go. Good job by the Orange defense. Hard to tell if that went out. Oh, it looks like it did, so that'll probably be a corner kick if the coach was able to see it. Just directing the kids where to go for the corner kick. Oh, big kick. Good job. Gives great team an opportunity, and yeah, I think that is another goal. Wow, that was great. That came right off the corner kick here. She leads the player out perfectly. And the Team 4 player shoots it, goes right off the goalie's hand. She almost got it. And then back we go, and another goal for the Gray U4 team. Again, I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but the players always they each have an orange and a gray jersey. This year they don't even need numbers on the back. They just need an orange and a gray shirt. And the home team, whatever home team is, gets to use the orange shirts, and the gray team will be the away team. So the kids every week and their coaches have to coordinate to make sure that everybody's bringing the right jerseys. And so far I don't think there's been too many issues with it. It's a brand new concept we've started this year. And we're hoping that these kids are going to be able to pass down their jerseys from sibling to sibling, or be able to wear year over year if they don't grow out of them, and avoid having to pay that cost at the beginning of the year for jerseys and for uniforms. Our U4 to U6s are sponsored by Tim Hortons, and Tim Hortons actually purchases shorts, socks, and jerseys for all the kids. So they are the one division that's a little different, that they all have individual jerseys, because that's compliments of Tim Hortons, and we thank them very much locally. The Tim Hortons locally is the one that brings those in, and it's ever so appreciated to support minor sports and minor soccer. That was a good throw-in. Oh, good kick, but an even better block. Again, the gray team coming down with full momentum, and a great job by the goalie to scoop that up, because she was coming in very fast. So again, as you can see, the coach, he's pointing them out to everybody back up, trying to get the gray team to understand they got to go all the way back to the center line until the ball's in play. And now if the ball's in play, they can come and get it. That was a good kick there. And again, a couple good kicks, but it's just being blocked. There we go. Now it's out of the scrum, and all the kids will run towards that end. And back and forth we go. Great team coming down again with an opportunity. Looks like 3 defenders there. Oh, she goes right around them. Oh, good job by the defense to keep on that. Looked like they had her stopped, and she just kept running and got past them, and they had to come back and stop her again. It was a great job on both teams. And up they come. Orange with another opportunity, and again, Gray coming all the way back. Good kick, and just wide of the net. Oh, I think I hear 3 whistles. Yeah, so that is the end of our game today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back just after this.
I'm here today with Shane for our next emergency tip.
Today we are talking about CO alarms, not to be mistaken with carbon dioxide alarms or CO2 alarms. We're talking about carbon monoxide alarms for that carbon monoxide poisoning that we're trying to avoid. So, Ashley, when do you need CO alarms installed in your home?
Oh gosh, Shane. Well, I know that I need one because I have a wood stove, and that's very important, but I assume everyone needs one?
Not necessarily, but you did hit it on the head though with that. So if you have a fueled fired appliance or an attached garage, then you have to have CO alarms installed on every level that you have sleeping areas. And again, it's adjacent to those sleeping areas because at 3 in the morning when you're sleeping, you need to have those alarms to let you know that there's something going on in the home. With CO in particular, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't see it, you have no indication that it's there. In fact, with CO poisoning, the symptoms that come up are almost flu-like symptoms without the fever.
Right.
So they're extremely important, and even CO is what it is a byproduct of incomplete combustion. So when there's fire, there's carbon monoxide. So they're very important to have. Some little things about them too. We're gonna do a little myth busting today. So a lot of people think that CO alarms need to be installed low.
Okay.
That might be the fact if your alarm, like this one in particular, where it says carbon monoxide alarm and propane and natural gas. So it's important again to read those manufacturer's instructions to see where the alarm needs to be installed because propane is actually heavier than air, so that alarm will need to be installed lower. Carbon monoxide actually is about the same weight of air. It's actually slightly lighter than air. That's why you can get those dual smoke and CO alarms and have them installed on your ceiling.
Right.
Yeah.
Are these supposed to be sitting flat, some of them? We have seen those.
There's all different types of makes and that sort of thing. So again,
Read your manual.
Yeah, read your manual. This one, again, for example, would have to be installed lower because it detects propane and natural gas. Where this one, for example, is just a carbon monoxide detector, but it would be plugged into the wall. And a lot of people thought because carbon monoxide alarms came after smoke alarms, that they had to be plugged or they had to be installed lower because where are your outlets? A lot
That's
of the time
right.
they're really low. Yeah.
I think we have a lot of wood-burning stove users in Bruce County, I would hazard to guess, more than most places.
Yeah.
What's the ideal location for these?
So
In proximity to a stove, I guess, specifically.
So again, these are life safety devices just like your smoke alarms, so you want to make sure that they're installed outside your bedrooms. When you get these alarm at very low volumes of CO in the air, or parts per million, as we say it, so it will give you that first detection where you shouldn't have any signs and symptoms, but you should treat it exactly how you would with a smoke alarm. Treat it like an emergency. Keep all your windows and doors shut. Go outside, go to your meeting spot, call 911, and then what we'll do is we'll come and we'll be packed up with our SCBA, and we'll try and decipher what the problem is. Maybe there is a carbon monoxide problem in the home. Maybe it's just your car was running in your garage a little too long.
Sure.
But we'll figure it out for you, and we're always here to help with that sort of situation.
Do these devices have the same expiry date on them?
That's a good question. So if you'll see on this alarm here, so there's a blank replace by date on it. Reason for that is a lot of the carbon monoxide alarms, again, read this first, but a lot of the carbon monoxide alarms, they don't start to expire until you activate them. So until you plug it in that wall or put the batteries into them. So as soon as you do that, it says right on the replace by date, 7 years past whatever date it is. So
They're
then
intending for you to personally write on the date.
Exactly. But if we go to your home, or say if you didn't keep the manufacturer's instructions or write the date on there, our general rule of thumb for CO alarms is 7 years from the manufacturer's date.
Good to know.
Yeah. And smoke alarms, if I didn't mention in the other tip, is 10 years from the manufacturer's date.
Excellent. Well, that is very clear. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Hi, my name is Carter Fruck, and I'm with the Connecticut Knights Robotics team. We help local students to set their potential in motion in STEM by building a robot like this every year to help compete with other teams from across the globe.
Hi, I'm Praveet Joshi, and I started off my experience in FLL when I was somewhere around 6 or 7 years old. After that, I just slowly joined into First Robotics and FRC, which I'm in right now, and I'm in here for 2 years. We're currently looking for a lot of opportunities for recruitment from grade 8 to 13, and everybody's welcome, and you don't need any experience as everything is possible in robotics. It's not just about building robots, it's about many other things such as admin, marketing, electrical, engineering, and lots of more. So if you're interested in any of these, please pop by and we'd love to give you a tour around the place.
I'm Aaron Uri. I've been with the team for 1 year. You can look for us this summer wearing our trademark green attire. We'll be at cruise nights. We have a stand set up at Relay for Life, and we'll be all over this summer. So if you see any of us, make sure you say hi.
Thanks for tuning into our segment, everybody. We'd just like to give a final thanks to the community who helps us do everything that we do. And also a special thanks to our title sponsors, Bruce Power, Enbridge Gas, and MPX Innovations for helping us to get here.
Thanks from Team
781.